gon' tune in cause the showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, Phoop, Ryun, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
In regards to the series.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on to our next topic. So CinemaCon happened a couple weeks ago. We got trailers for a couple movies that are coming out later this year, and then some movies we just got a bit more news from. The biggest ones for me is Insidious: The Red Door. I love the Insidious franchise. We got the first trailer for Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Looked lit, not gonna lie.
Hey. And
Hey.
we got another Flash trailer, and I am very upset on how damn good that movie looks. Yo, I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 last night and saw that trailer again, and I was like, I am upset on how good this movie looks. I like seeing it now. I understand why Warner Brothers could not take a L.
Yeah, Warner Brothers said, "No, y'all getting this. Y'all can be mad all y'all want. Y'all gonna see this."
Like, I understand why they could not take a L on this. I'm not happy about it, no, but I understand from a business standpoint on why you guys could not take a L on this movie. This movie looks, like just from the trailers that we have seen, this movie looks like it's about to be damn good.
This movie is going to be a great reset for the DC universe. It looks good.
Yeah, but those were my big three. Oh, if I had to do a 4, we got a little more footage from the Little Mermaid movie that's coming out later this month. And to me, I feel like this might be one of the good live action adaptations from Disney, in my personal opinion.
See, I was never much of a Disney fan anyway, but I'm going to watch it. Little Mermaid, not even arguably, was one of the few Disney princess movies that I enjoyed. It was Little Mermaid and Aladdin, but his girl counts as a princess, but with Aladdin
she counts, but that's not her solo movie though. But I feel what you're saying though.
Because like Little Mermaid and Aladdin, and I'm not, obviously Lion King, but when it comes to the ones with princesses in it, those are the few movies that I actually enjoyed as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna check it out. My
favorite Disney princess movie is Beauty and the Beast, and it wasn't the worst one, but I kind of feel like they put some plot lines in there that wasn't necessarily needed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Disney did make some good live action adaptations. The Cinderella one was really good. Maleficent with Angelina Jolie.
I heard a lot of people love that.
Great. The first one and the second one are really good. Cruella was good. I didn't like Aladdin too much.
I actually watched Aladdin. They did a
whole music video in the middle of the movie. Like, who does that?
And that's the thing. Like, I understand y'all trying to adapt the animation to live action, but there's certain things you can do in animation that you can't do in live action, and vice versa. Yeah. And it just didn't fit the live action movie.
But this one looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited. I love Ailey Bailey and her voice. Like, just hearing her sing, like the bits and pieces that I've heard of her singing Part of Your World. I was like, yeah, she finna be singing. She about to be singing.
If ain't nothing else good, the singing is about to be there.
Yo. But going back to the Insidious franchise, they are bringing back the cast from the first movie, the first and second movie for this one. And I was like, yeah, let's go. They said that this is the movie that's supposed to wrap up the whole franchise. And I'm excited. Insidious was that first scary movie franchise that really got me into like scary suspense movies. Because when I was a little kid, I didn't like scary movies at all. But watching Insidious, I was like, okay, I can get down with this.
See, Insidious was the last franchise that actually scared me because, and don't y'all talk about my mama. My mama loved horror movies, and I'll have to sit there and watch them with her. Every Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Ring, the other little spin-off Skeleton Keys, and all them little horror movies. I was sitting there watching them with her. And it got to the point where horror movies didn't really scare me. I'll just be laughing at them. But Insidious, the first movie, was the last
And
movie that actually scared me. I went to sleep and I was scared to like look up at the roof because I
that
thought that
red
red
man, you
man.
thought that the
Yeah.
red face man.
Yes, bro. I'm dead serious, bro. That was the
And
last movie to scare me.
what I really liked about Insidious was the concept that they played on like the paranormal and like the demons and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
imagine falling asleep and you think you're dreaming, but you're in the spirit world, and when you wake up, you meaning to tell me a demon followed me out of the spirit world while I was sleeping? I didn't even know I did this.
Exactly. It explored that supernatural stuff. They did a really good twist on it.
Like
Really good twist.
after I watched Insidious, that's when I really got into like paranormal activity and things like that. Like the concept of what Insidious is really what grabbed me the
Mm-hmm.
most.
And yeah. And because Paranormal Activity, I'll even say that was funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. Paranormal Activity had me
The
tripping out.
scariest one is the Mark ones for me. The rest of them,
Mm-hmm.
I laugh because like, what are y'all doing?
Exactly.
But the Mark ones, that's the one that shook me up. So
fair enough.
that one shook me up. That one was actually pretty scary. The way that they
Right.
did the filming and stuff. So, but let's talk about Hunger Games though.
You know what? Not to revert back to our old topic, I'm surprised that ain't nobody tried to turn that into a series. It might be coming in the future.
But it's possible that this is they're rebooting on the cinematic side, the movie side, instead of the series side. Because who's to say that they're gonna just do Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and that's gonna be it?
Facts.
I could honestly see this turning into maybe another trilogy or 4 movies like they did with the original Hunger Games series. And based off the trailer, I would not be mad at that.
See, I'm excited because Hunger Games was never my favorite franchise. It was never one of my favorite franchises, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of them 7s, and like I know it's probably like a 10 by most people's eyes, but it's one of those 7s for me. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm gonna
really like
enjoy
the
it when
Hunger
it comes
Games.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this trailer, it got me hyped. It got me hyped. I might pay for IMAX. It got me hyped.
I like the concept of it because the way they're setting up the stage is like, okay, we've been doing the Hunger Games for a while, but this is the first time we're actually going to make it that big spectacle interview, Met Gala type event that you see in the original 4 movies. Like, this is when they were like, we want you to turn these tributes into spectacles. We really want the crowd, like, yeah, we've been doing the Hunger Games, this is the point, but I really want you to make a show out of this.
Yeah. And how many of them has it been at this point again? Like, how many Hunger Games have they had at this point?
I don't remember what the number was.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be really interesting just to see how that got started, because we're going to be following President Snow when he's younger. So that's interesting. I'm very interested to see Viola Davis's character and how she plays a part into this.
And Tyrion Lannister?
Hey.
He here.
I think putting him in Hunger Games is very fitting. I really like to see him in like those type of
those
movies.
cynical type scenes and all
like
that.
Dystopian and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. That was one of the movies that was on my most anticipated list for 2023. So the trailer has definitely got me excited.
For sure.
A couple other like small news that we got from CinemaCon is that Sony's Kraven the Hunter is going to be Sony's first rated R movie.
Interesting.
Bad Boys 4 is in production with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Interesting.
They're going to be dropping a Transformers animated, it's either a movie or a series, I can't remember, called Transformers 1 with Chris Hemsworth being Optimus Prime. That's the biggest takeaway that I got from it, because now we're about to have this Chris Pratt Mario conversation again, but Thor as Optimus Prime?
That I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it.
Because I really think what Michael Bay's Transformer series and what this rebooted Transformer series has done has established a tone for Optimus
Yeah.
Prime. And not saying that Chris Hemsworth can't fit into that, but just me seeing him as Thor and then trying to transfer that into Optimus Prime. Like, Optimus Prime is that Captain America of the Autobots. Like, that man made me want to be a truck. Like, so how is that going to transfer over?
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I enjoyed the Transformers cartoons that came out after the original ones. I didn't watch the original animation, but the one that came after. I enjoyed that as a kid. So I don't know how to feel about this. It got me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm interested to see how it plays out. When that first trailer drops, that's going to set the stage.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So, CinemaCon brought us some good news. It brought us some interesting news. I am ready to see how all of these movies play out as the year goes. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is coming out in June. Flash is coming out in June.
We already
Blue
talked
Beetle.
about Blue Beetle, yeah.
Blue Beetle's in August. Was anything coming? I don't remember anything coming out in September, but I know we're getting the Marvels
when's that
in
Aquaman
November.
movie coming out?
That's coming out in December.
December, okay.
So, it's gonna be interesting. We gonna see.
So, the expectations that this Flash movie is going to do the time paradox and reset everything back to the Flashpoint thing.
It's gonna be an adaptation of Flashpoint Paradox.
So is Aquaman and Blue Beetle taking place after the time shift or before? Or we don't know?
My assumption for Blue Beetle is that it's gonna take place after, but I don't know.
Right.
And Aquaman, I have no clue. Because Aquaman was supposed to come out last year. And they pushed it back.
All right, James Gunn. That's all I can say. Make some magic.
I think he has a plan. I think James Gunn has a plan. I'm just curious to see where he's going to place in these movies that were already established before he stepped into the role. And how he's going to fit those storylines into what he has planned.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm interested to see. Because right now, we're just about to see projects that were pre-established before him.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in those too, but I'm ready for James Gunn with what he has planned. What's coming off his dome. I'm ready to see that. They said that there's a rumor that around the time of San Diego Comic-Con, we will know who's going to play Superman in his DCU. And I honestly feel like that's going to set the stage going forward.
Yeah. I just want to see the other heroes. I'll be real, I'm not even excited for Superman. I want to see everybody else. I want to see this Justice League come to life.
But it starts with Superman.
Yeah.
It starts with Superman. Like, I understand you not being excited, but I need you to realize the impact of who plays Superman is going to set the tone for the DCU going forward.
Yeah, like it has to be good for everything else I want to be good. It got to be. Yeah, I feel that.
So you don't like Superman is not my favorite DC character, but I understand that who you pick to be Superman is the same thing of who you pick to be Captain America, who you pick to be Iron Man, who you pick to be the next Black Panther. Like, that impacts a lot. Like, I would even say Batman. Like, when they get to the point of announcing who's going to be the next Batman, that's gonna be a lot. Honestly, the big three, when they announce Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman,
I'm gonna be real.
That's gonna set something. That's gonna set the stage.
Even though the most recent Wonder Woman movie wasn't that good, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I never remember her. Gal Gadot. Honestly,
Gal Gadot, boy.
She's like the perfect. She's like the perfect Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna cap.
She did look really good as Wonder Woman.
I'm accustomed to seeing her now. All right, like
But
she should be a recast in my opinion. Like, she should stay the same.
my only concern is that James Gunn said the reason why James Gunn said he didn't want to go with Henry Cavill is because he wanted to focus on a younger Superman.
Makes sense.
So it really just depends on what point is Wonder Woman going to be introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to get a younger Superman, you can't put Gal Gadot in it because she's Wonder Woman. She did really good as Wonder Woman, but she's older.
Yeah, she's a mature Wonder Woman, yeah.
Right, and it's the same thing with Ben Affleck as Batman and the rest of the characters. Like if we're gonna go for a younger Justice League when they first formed up, then we're gonna have to get some younger actors into the mix.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But so the way that James Gunn is doing, he's doing like DCU Chapter 1, Chapter 2, or whatever. If we get to Chapter 3 and it's been a couple years, and then at Chapter 3 it's like, okay, we're about to introduce Wonder Woman, and then it makes sense for Gal Gadot to come back, then it's like, okay, that's fine, because we already fuck with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Loved her. That's one of those castings that's it just came out perfect. At first I was like, really? I did, because I was used to seeing her in Fast and Furious.
Right.
But once I saw her in the outfit, I was like, that's Wonder Woman. Y'all did that. That's Wonder Woman.
I think she did really good, but I really just, it depends on what James Gunn has planned.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Get it poppin', but this is how stuff starts. This is why the elitists, y'all need to calm down. Cyberpunk was originally a board game.
Oh, for real?
It was like a, not necessarily like Dungeons and Dragons style, but it was a tabletop game where you make your character and all this other stuff.